So today I'll be unboxing a pretty new notebook from ASUS, and this is the ASUS G73JH-A2. So it's an Intel Core i7 720QM processor, 8 gigs of RAM, two 500 gig hard drives, and it features an HD 5870 mobile graphics card. So that's the fastest graphics card you can get in a notebook at this time. Now, just to give you some idea of the scale of this notebook, it's A, really heavy, and B, really, really big. Okay, so why don't we just kind of get started here. So the difference between the G2 and the G1 is just that the G1 has Blu-ray as far as I can tell. So I grabbed the G2 since I don't have any particular use for Blu-ray on the go at the moment. And let's see if we can... Yeah, see, this is why I need a knife, because scissors don't quite cut it. Get it? Cut it? Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we find inside the box is an ASUS, or a Targus backpack. All right. So watch out, this is a choking hazard. Do not put in reach of small children or dogs. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that this notebook bag fits the notebook in question. So it would have to be quite large to fit a 17-inch notebook, but as you can see, it is. And I guess I might as well do my little turn on the catwalk here, and I'll throw the backpack on. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I would look like if I wore a backpack every day. Okay, there we go. Next, we have, oh, man, that's heavy. Okay, this G-Series. It's got their Republic of Gamers branding all over it. Okay, Republic of Gamers, got the color scheme going on here. Not really a whole lot in terms of anything there, so let's get this box opened up. Alright. Let's do this first. This looks like an accessory sort of box. Okay. Well, it'll come out. There it goes. Even that's heavy. Wow. This must be like the battery or something. Okay. Open it up. So the first thing we find in here is a power cord. And then the AC adapter. Wow. That is huge. So this is a 19.5 volt, 7.7 amp AC adapter. This thing has some real heft to it. Okay. Next thing we have is the battery. The battery is actually... surprisingly, oh, all right. Cameraman wants me to do his whole iPhone for scale thing. Here. Okay. So this is the cameraman's iPhone next to the battery pack, and it doesn't look that big now. Oh, but look at me now. It's huge and it's heavy. It's a lot heavier than an iPhone. I'll tell you that much. Okay, battery. We'll show you the size of the battery as well. Just, you know, it's actually not. It's surprisingly not big. I'm very shocked at how small the battery is. So you can put it next to the phone. You can see the width and height of it. It's very, very deep though, so I'm guessing it's like double stacked inside there or something like that. Okay. Next thing we find here is a black box, which includes a gaming mouse. That's nice. So this appears to be based on oh shoot, I should recognize this, shouldn't I? Rats. Okay, I don't recognize the OEM design that this is using, but it looks like a pretty decent little gaming mouse. You got a back and forward button, nice rubberized grip here. You got your DPI adjustment, mouse wheel, left and right click. Not too bad. All right, it's nice of them to include that as part of the package. I mean, you're buying an expensive notebook. You know, you might as well throw in some accessories for their customers. Much appreciated, ASUS. If I could just get this back inside there. Okay, and then we finally have a cable tie. How very random. Actually, it's not that random. Normally, a cable tie would be attached to the power adapter, but it isn't, so they provide you with an extra one. Okay, and then that is it for accessories. We are down to the notebook itself. I'm surprised at the lack of any documentation inside here. There's nothing in terms of instructions or CDs, so I guess the OS is probably on a partition on here. And then I'm guessing all of your drivers are also on that partition. So why don't we just first of all install the battery, so you can see that it just kind of slides in right like that. And then just locks in place. Okay, so the battery's in. And that is a pretty sleek looking machine. Let's get this box out of the way. Thank you, cameraman. And then we'll just kind of put this down here. So it's a matte black, slightly rubberized finish to the back of it. You've got a silver, shiny ASUS logo on the back, as well as their Republic of Gamers shield. Okay, the hinge design I'll comment on once I actually get it open, but it looks fairly beefy and solid at the moment. On the back, we've got huge ventilation. So you've got a heatsink here, and that's normally about all you would find on a typical notebook. But then over on the other side, past the Kensington lock and the antenna hole, you've got another huge ventilation hole. All right, let's go around to this side, where we will find power in, VGA, HDMI out, so you can do both analog or digital out. Then you've got a couple of USB ports, as well as an SD card slot. Around the front, you've just got indicator lights. So you got your wireless, hard drive, battery, and a light bulb. And then you have gigabit LAN, another USB port, DVD multi, or in the case of the other version of this laptop, you would have a Blu-ray drive, USB, mic in, and headphone out. Let's go around to the bottom here. So you can see the bottom is where all of that... Oh, yeah, well, whatever. Okay, where all of that air is going to be coming from. So there are probably blower fans right around here, and then they're sucking air into these vents and then out the back of the unit, is my assumption. Either that or one of them's an intake and one of them's an exhaust. I have no way of knowing without opening it, and I don't particularly want to do that, though. So anyway, there's the bottom. You can see you've got easy access for upgrades to what appears to be the RAM here, and probably wireless hard drive, and all of that good stuff. So let's flip this back over, and now I've gotten it all dirty. Oh well, there we go. Okay, so we'll open up the front. Okay, there's no unlock or anything like that. You just kind of lift it. It's heavy enough. I doubt it's going to come out on its own. Okay, we'll remove the little sleeve. Okay, so the first thing we see inside is obviously the 17-inch widescreen LCD. And here's a little bit of information that ASUS includes about this notebook. So you've got a 2-year global warranty. That means that if you buy it in Canada and take it to Europe, you're still covered by your ASUS warranty. You've got a 0 bright dot guarantee. So a bright dot is kind of like a dead pixel, except it's like a colorful spot. Then you've got 2-way free standard shipping for your RMA and 24/7 technical support. That's pretty darn good for a standard warranty. And they even include, no way, they include the ASUS accidental damage warranty. So you have a 1 year covering accidental drops, spills, power surges, and fire damage. Go figure. All right. So here, let's have a look at let's see if the battery came charged. Wouldn't that be lucky? So you got a couple of speakers here. That's going to take care of your sound. And then there's also a subwoofer grill that we saw on the bottom of the unit already. That's okay, we already saw that. And then, so let's have a look at the screen itself. I'll just kind of angle it so you can have a look here. You've got a webcam up at the top. A little glossy thing around there. Okay, we're starting up Windows. Why don't we have a look at the keyboard? Because keyboard is such a big thing for any notebook. You can see this is quite a comfortable full-size keyboard, and it's using chiclet keys, which are very popular, although they're not my personal favorite. ASUS gives you a little outline of the specs of this again. So they've got the i7 720, 5870 with 1 gig of video RAM, which I hadn't covered already. 17.3-inch screen. It includes wireless N, as well as yeah, that's pretty much everything that we already talked about. And they have these labeled. Look, they're both exhausts. So there you go. So the air intake is actually at the bottom. Okay, and then we've got more badges over here. So your Core i7 badge, Windows 7 is included, obviously. HD 5870 graphics, as well as a Creative EAX. And then, oh, hey, here we go. So it's booted up already. We can check the English language. Cameraman is indicating something to me. Oh, I like this. Look at this touchpad. This is an enormous touchpad. That's a huge advantage for this laptop, because if you have a nice big high-res screen, the last thing you want is to have a little tiny touchpad that you're going to the edge and then going back, tracking like that. So keypad's comfortable. That's pretty comfortable too, actually. This whole thing's a pretty good experience. Actually, cameraman, if you want to have a look at the screen, you can see it there. But I think that pretty much covers everything that I have to say about this particular notebook. Thank you for checking out my unboxing of the G73 series ASUS gaming notebook.